Hello there, Taurus. Welcome to your September 2023 reading. Let's open up the month with the moon. Cyclical energy here, Taurus. So this month it is Virgo season, representing your 5th house, your house of creativity, of children, your house of your authentic self. And we have a Mercury retrograde there, so that started on the 24th of August. It will move direct on the 16th of September, but will be in that post-retrograde shadow, so all month dealing with the Mercury retrograde energy. That is really bringing your attention to your ability to express yourself creatively, to express your authentic version of yourself. So I think this will be a really sweet month for you, Taurus, to start to embody, start to walk your talk and embody and in the alignment of the character that you're creating, of the personality you're creating for the future. The other thing that's happening for you is that your ruling planet, Venus, has been doing a retrograde in Leo in your 4th house. So that's deep house of your emotional guidance system, of your emotional security, right? So it's been doing that retrograde there since July the 23rd. Now on September 4th, so at the very beginning of the month, Venus will move direct and will start to move forward in Leo. We will see that all the lessons we've learned, all of the stuff that came up, particularly around your heart space and your emotional guidance system, Taurus, we'll start to be able to integrate it. We'll start to be able to embed it, to embody it, to use it in your daily life, in your practices. So actually practicing it in real time, doing the work in real time, and feeling that. So this is a cycle that you're going through. These two retrograde energies, they are cyclical, and it is bringing up the next phase, the next cycle of your experience, that ebb and flow of your experience. We've been doing this internal work especially over August, this internal work, and then throughout September, we're shifting into the next cycle. So as we start to shift through September and into October, we can utilize that energy in our lives, which is the next phase of this cycle. But whenever the moon energy comes out like this, it's important to look at your emotions, okay? So the moon rules your emotions. It rules your emotional needs particularly. So that Venus retrograde moving direct may be drawing your attention to what you need on an emotional level, what you really truly need deeply to feel emotions like love and satisfaction, and safety to be yourself, safety to be completely who you are, Taurus, completely your unique self. So you're coming into this reading with the 9 of Coins. Really beautiful card to come into this reading with, particularly with, like I said, we've got that 5th house energy, and the 5th house is about your authenticity. It's about who you are, not who you are with other people, but who you really are. So it's about finding what really drives you, what really motivates you, what you feel, what makes you unique, what makes you an individual. And that energy with the Mercury retrograde and the Sun is making a beautiful trine to Jupiter and Uranus that are in your 1st house, that are in your sign. And that beautiful trine energy will last all month. And it is bringing your attention to the changes you've been making. So you've been making these changes for a long time now. You've been uplifting and improving your character, creating a new person, a new personality, a new character for your future. And Jupiter has been there since May. Adding to that, Jupiter has been bringing a lot of abundance, a lot of overflowing fullness of your character. So you are in full alignment with the 9 of Coins. You're really there. When the 9 of Coins comes out, there really isn't other people involved. This is about you creating this for yourself. You creating the resources you need, you creating your finances, you creating a solid sense of self and walking in alignment with your integrity. Okay, so this integrity, this sense of integrity is coming through in these cards as well, Taurus. Now the universe needs you to be this person, King of Coins. So the King of Coins is it is a card that can represent Taurus. Usually I read the Queen of Coins as Taurus, but King of Coins can also be Taurus. Again, drawing our attention to the uniqueness of who you really are, being authentically in alignment with you, with your truth, with the true person that you are. So what is required of you is to protect that truth, to honor that truth, and to walk it in real time. What that means is identifying and looking at your behaviors, identifying and looking at your actions, your words, your thoughts, your emotions, and making sure that they're in alignment, that you're practicing integrity. That's what practicing integrity means, is offering the types of actions that are what you want to be, are who you want to be. They're your values, practicing your values, actually upholding your values and protecting your values and doing those things you value, even if it's too difficult, even if it's hard. I mean, that's the difference between successful people and people who just continue to live a mediocre life. Is successful people are willing to experience hardship for the purpose of staying aligned with their authenticity, their authentic values, their authentic who they really are, their solid sense of self, and not avoiding the discomfort, not distracting yourself from, and not engaging in escapist behaviors. When Mercury is retrograde, this is what we're looking at. We're bringing all the unconscious into the conscious. That's what Mercury does in retrograde, so that we can shine a spotlight on where we are out of alignment. And we can shine a spotlight on limiting beliefs that are holding us back. We can shine a spotlight on limiting thought patterns, so thought habits, because we think almost 90% of our thoughts we think are repetitive thoughts. We think them every single day. And so when the Mercury is in retrograde, it's a time to notice those, to identify them, and to change them so that we are thinking thoughts that are more supportive. So we get to actually deliberately pick the thoughts that we're choosing. So it's really important for you, Taurus, to be picking thoughts and choosing thoughts specifically and deliberately and consistently that's in alignment with this King of Coins, with who you really are. This may be hard at this time, but remembering that this is just a cycle. So that things will change again, but at this time, that's what's being asked of you. And the environment is offering you the ability to create the life that you've always wanted. The Empress card, okay? The Hanged Man on the bottom of the deck. So there's a shift in perspective, which we've talked about. The Mercury retrograde is shifting your perspective by showing you what your perspective really is. So those automatic thoughts that we think every single day, often we're not even aware of them. We're unconscious of them. They're unconscious. We just think them automatically. They shape us. They shape our character. They shape our personality. They shape our actions. They determine our actions, which then determines our point of attraction. It determines what the universe gives back to us. And we do it most of the time unconscious, on default, on autopilot. So this is a powerful time, and August was as well, to change those things, to make habits, to form thought habits, form emotional habits, particularly for you, Taurus, that create changes in our vibration, create changes in our state of being, so that we can have a new life. This is how we create a new life. The Empress literally creates new life. Now, the Empress is, again, a card that rules you, because it's the card that's ruled by Venus, and your ruling planet is Venus. So this, again, is telling you to be authentic, be in alignment. Really spend this month deciding who you are going to be, deliberately who you are going to be, who feels like the perfect match to you, and then being that person, offering the actions, offering the thoughts, offering the feelings, offering the perspective. The Hanged Man is about changing your perspective. See, the caterpillar will grow into a butterfly. Changing that perspective is also the card of enlightenment. So this is an opportunity to be enlightened through staying diligent, staying consistent with your alignment, with your truth, with your authenticity, Taurus. We have the Knight of Coins, the Empress again, and the Four of Swords. So I think that when Venus moves direct, so Venus moves direct on September the 4th, I have done a separate video on that Venus retrograde, and I have a separate tarot card reading for each zodiac sign in that video. Go and watch it. It's specifically important for you because Venus is your ruling planet, but also because you've got 2 Empress cards out now. Okay, so it's really important that you work with this Venus retrograde energy. It is in your 4th house, which is a really important house in your chart. The 4th house is an angular house, which is the house when actual life events take place that change us. They shape us. They shape our characters. So that Venus retrograde there is shaping you. This is a cycle. This is a part of your life cycle, okay? You're shifting into a new chapter of your life, a new state of being. This is literally about your state of being. Now, a state of being comes from our thoughts, our beliefs, our emotions, and our actions. Okay, all together create a state of being, which is our point of attraction, is what the universe responds to. So you're being told to be consistent. The Knight of Coins is the card that is ruled by Virgo. We're in Virgo season, Mercury retrograde in Virgo. It's telling you to utilize that Virgo energy, tap into the Virgo energy. Virgo is very detail oriented. So this is a time to not skim over the details. So get very detail specific. So looking at, you may have been doing all of this work for a long time, and you're almost there with the 9 of Coins. You're almost there. In fact, you probably already are there. The next step really is just to be consistent with it, not to fall back into default patterns. It's really telling you to keep going, to stay consistent, and just put in that last little push is what I'm seeing. It's like this last little push to the finish line. Okay? But this time, this part of it is important to really focus on specific details, is to get to the nitty gritty. We're not just doing like this, the overlay, the umbrella component. We're actually having now to look at very specific thoughts, very specific beliefs, very specific emotions for the purpose of upliftment. You've done so much that it's just these tiny little details that need to be addressed now. Then the most powerful way to do that is through meditation. 4 of Swords. Anytime Mercury is in retrograde, meditation is crucial. It is the key. Okay, so it's telling you to meditate, to contemplate, to take that time out. You're very creative at this time. You're creating the life that you've always wanted. You're creating the character, the person that's going to be living that life. So spend some time also resting. Death and Lovers. Wow. Powerful reading. Is a powerful month for you, Taurus. So there may be something that comes to an end, comes to a close. Again, this cyclical energy, looking at where you can shift, where you can change, what you can change for the purpose of creating. So the Empress is life and death. We're in that rebirth energy. This is a rebirth. With the Lovers card, it may be signifying a romantic partnership. We've got all this first house energy. A lot of first house energy. So you're really finding out who you really are. Who is Taurus? What is Taurus all about? What are your goals for yourself? What's your authentic goals? And with the 5th house, what lights you up? What makes you uniquely feel joy? It's unique to everybody. What is real to you? And then you can take that into relationships. You can take that into the next phase of co-creating with other humans, other people. So either there is somebody else, this Lover's card is representing somebody else, or what I'm feeling is most likely it is that decision. It is that decision to come together with your higher self, with your inner being, with the bigger version of you. So it's that relationship between you and your higher self is what's really important at this time. We have the 5 of Coins. Interesting card to finish the tarot cards with because of how beautiful all these cards have been. Now, like I said, with this Knight of Coins, this is about the specific details. So you've done most of the work, most of what you're trying to uplift has been uplifted. There's still just this like little niggling component of low self-worth, low self-esteem, of feeling like maybe you'll be rejected if you step into this full version of yourself, or be abandoned. Maybe people won't recognize you. You may need to get a new group of friends, something like that. So this is what's coming to the end. Moving out of this state of limited mindset, of not enoughness, choosing to move out of that scarcity, okay? Anywhere, in any little detailed little moments of thoughts that you have of like, I'm not good enough, there isn't enough money, I don't have enough resources, nobody would love me if I did that, like those kinds of thinking, they're being uplifted. You have this opportunity now to end them, to uplift them into a higher version, to see them through the perspective, through the eyes of your source, of your inner being, and to move into alignment with that which is who you really are on the inside. It's your authenticity. So just a small point, if you're really struggling with this, again, like I said, meditation, Four of Swords, is the key to moving through it efficiently. We have be your best self always. And show your support. Interesting. So be your best self always is pretty obvious. I've been talking about that this whole reading. This is your best self. This is your best self, your full authentic alignment with who you really are, what really lights you up, how you shine that uniqueness out into the world, and showing your support. So in the 5th house, we are with the the Mercury retrograde, and Virgo season being your 5th house. You utilize your unique talents, your unique gifts, your passions. It's like the fire in your belly, what drives you. Utilize that to help other people. It's for the purpose of being an inspiration, for inspiring others. And when you're in alignment with this authenticity, you are inspiring others. You can't help it. Everywhere you go, people just feel that energy and they feel inspired to be their best self as well. So by showing your support to other people, you are supporting yourself as well. It's a really good way to uplift yourself, is by uplifting others. And this is surrender to your full power. Not surprising that this card has come out either. I feel like I'm a broken record now at this point, telling you to be your best self, to be in full alignment with your authentic power, to surrender to your full power. I love that this card has a lion on it. That's that Leo energy, the Venus retrograde in Leo. Venus, your ruling planet, is calling you towards your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. It's no longer time for Taurus to play small. That time is over. Okay, Taurus is really starting to get a grip on, get a handle on their full potential. I love that for you, Taurus. I think this has been a progress that you've been going through for a long time. This month, it's really starting to become real. Like you're really starting to see how that's going to look in your everyday experience, your everyday life. Okay, we have work daily towards improving your mental health. Okay, this is that 5 of coins energy, that Mercury retrograde energy. So there's just a few little bits within your mindset, within your thought habits, your mental habits around low self-worth, around scarcity, around not being enough. Okay, we can uplift your mental health, your mental habits at this time. It's very important. Go and watch the Mercury retrograde video. Again, there's an individual tarot card reading for each zodiac sign that will help you to show you how to lift those thought habits, how to shift those mental habits so that you can tap into this full power and best self. Soften and open back into love all day long. And then there you go. That's that Venus retrograde. Venus is moving direct. So Venus was really encouraging us all to tap into our heart space, to be heart-led, to let our heart choose, right? So that we often have a fear of letting our heart take the lead, choosing through our heart space. And this is what this Venus retrograde has been all about for everybody, re-engaging us in that heart space and showing us how to follow it. And so for some people, for some of us who, especially the ones that resisted the process, it was hard. There was things that came up that were very painful. They hurt the heart, but it was for the purpose of seeing where there's blocks and being able to adjust and improve. And so now she's moving direct. We can integrate those lessons. We can start to move forward in our lives, really embed them in our daily practice. And this is how you do it. You soften and open back into love all day long, so spending all day just acknowledging your heart space, telling yourself you're safe to open your heart, keep moving forward with an open heart, being love, talking about love, communicating love. So that's how you can tap into that higher aspect of yourself and the Venus retrograde energy. And finally, develop flexibility and aim to be in harmony in all environments. Basically exactly the same as what I just said with the Venus retrograde. Harmony, it's all about harmony, creating harmony, not just with other people, but with your environment as well. So opening your heart and moving through this month with an open heart, Taurus, an open heart to other people, to the environment, but an open heart specifically to yourself and to this new character that you're bringing in. So that is your September reading. I hope this was beneficial to you. Thank you for your time here with me. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. That really helps me. And I look forward to seeing you again in the next videos. Take care.